KSI vs Alex Wassabi was the original main event for Misfits Boxing 1. And as much as KSI and Alex had bad blood, I think it was a blessing in disguise that we never got the fight. When the fight was first announced, there was a mixed reception. It made sense that KSI wanted to fight Alex, since they've been chirping back and forth online for years, and Alex had just beaten Deji a few months prior. KSI wanted to get his revenge on Alex for getting the win over Deji, but fans were a little disappointed about his choice of opponents. People thought that Alex was a bit of an easy fight, and they felt like the main event was a wasted opportunity. Now, I don't believe Alex would have been an easy opponent for KSI, as he showed a ton of improvement from the Fuzi spar, for example, to his fight against Deji. Alex had some pretty decent boxing skills, but yeah, I still imagine that KSI would have beaten him. The fight was called off because Alex got a concussion injury, and I think fans were really unfair to him during this time. Alex didn't pull out the fight because he was scared. Getting a concussion is a serious thing. Even though Alex Wassabi being injured is bad, of course, it was a blessing in disguise. For KSI, for Alex, and for the influencer boxing audience. This is the truth about KSI versus Alex Wassabi. When Alex wasn't able to fight, KSI and his team needed to find another opponent, and they chose Swarmz. This spawned a lot of memes and ridicule online. People were comparing Alex Wassabi to Jake Paul's opponents, so to get a guy with only 2 weeks of boxing experience wasn't the best look. That being said, Misfits had a plan, and they really pulled it out the bag with this event. Whenever anyone doubts Misfits, KSI, or Mams Taylor, they always end up putting on a great show. Misfits 1 was obviously the first event in a new X series with DAZN, so they needed to deliver. The pressure was on, so instead of KSI just fighting Swarmz, he would be fighting 2 guys in one night. With Alex Wassabi pulling out of a fight, Misfits had to create this 2 fights 1 night gimmick, and it was a spectacle, to be honest. This idea really heightened the entire event, and with KSI fighting first on the card, the seats were packed from the beginning, which in hindsight was a clever approach. Oh, and the cherry on top was that the second opponent was a pro boxer, with a losing record, but still the pro boxer title was more than enough to get fans interested. The original pro boxer they chose didn't work out for obvious reasons, and was replaced with Pineda, the GOAT of YouTube boxing. KSI beat Swarmz and Pineda via knockout, and that was the end of that. I didn't expect either of them to come back. However, Misfits 4 marked the return, redemption, and the rise of both Pineda and Swarmz. Mams and KSI took this random dude from Mexico and turned him into a megastar, and that truly blows me away. It's fucking beautiful that they paid it forward and allowed Pineda to fight again and support his family. Pineda saved Misfits 1, and when he returned, myself and everyone popped. Real boxing fans love to criticize Misfits and the YouTube boxing world, but these kinds of stories are truly heartwarming, and it's what the sport is really about. Pineda transformed his life through boxing, and KSI gave him that platform again to shine against B Dave. As for Swarmz, he is such a fucking hilarious personality. Without Swarmz, the first Misfit event would not have happened at all. And yeah, he's become a huge fan favorite. You can see the self-improvements he's made since his match against KSI, and his boxing ability has improved tremendously. We have 2 solid Misfits fighters, 2 people's lives changed forever, and that all came from KSI versus Alex Wassabi falling through. Life is just weird like that. On the other side of the coin, Alex Wassabi is now fighting Idubbbz on Creator Clash 2. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love this fight for Alex, and I think stylistically, it's a way better matchup than if he fought KSI. Alex and Idubbbz are doing this Creator Clash event all for charity as well, which is a win-win either way. In conclusion, I'm so glad that we didn't get the original fight on Misfits. KSI versus Alex Wassabi never made complete sense to me when it was announced. Yes, I understand the storyline of KSI wanting to avenge his brother, blah blah blah, but that angle never interested me. Having a solid story and build up for one of these YouTube fights is important, but it also needs to make sense stylistically, and I don't believe KSI versus Alex Wassabi would have been that compelling. The 2 fights 1 night gimmick was infinitely more creative, and it pushed Misfits Boxing forward. The event created 2 of the biggest rising stars in the space, and Alex has a way better matchup awaiting him in April. All for charity, mind you. KSI versus Alex Wassabi is the only fight where everyone fucking won in the end, and it never even happened.